Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, not much, bro. How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm just chilling, watching some SCL.
Nice, nice. I forgot that was today. Hey, fuck.
Yeah,
I
there's been
completely
some
missed it.
crazy upsets. It's Spark face roll right now. They're like 1-1
Oh
in
shit.
semis. The winner plays Zane in grands.
Alright, we can skip the coaching. Let's just watch that. I actually forgot it was on. Dude, it's been so good because at work there's so much downtime. I can just like sit there and watch Melee on
Oh,
it's like a
nice.
Monday. So it's just like just sitting there, just like rubbing my hands, like yes, the
You're
day is
like,
flying
time
by.
for work. And they're like, why are
Yeah,
you so excited? You're like, oh, I just love working is all.
yeah, just love being on the clock.
Yeah.
A little pre-warning. I live with my grandparents, and they're I'm Greek, so they can be very loud randomly. So I'm gonna try to be on push to talk as much as I can. But if you hear miscellaneous elderly people noises, there you go.
All right, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? So yeah. Did you want me to start off with like why I wanted coaching, or like what my goals are from it, and all of that, or what's
Yeah,
how would
yeah,
you like to
yeah.
operate?
Why don't you just do just a quick introduction in general, like that kind of thing, and just
Yeah, sure. So my tag's Sora. I'm from Australia. Everyone here is pretty much quitting playing, so I'm the default best player, and it's really grim because Spud doesn't play anymore because he's trying to get really good at Ultimate, and a lot of the other top players are just kind of like waiting until land stuff comes back on. So it's been pretty grim. Um, I've been struggling to kind of, how do I say this? I want to improve. Everyone wants to improve, right? But like, that fire, right? Where you're just like, oh, I need
mm-hmm,
to get way better so I can achieve X goal. That
mm-hmm.
just doesn't exist for me right now because I've been like, that forever goal of Spud, right, has like disappeared.
Right.
So it's like, what am I playing for or like practicing for? Like to just, you released a video on that topic actually. It was you and IBDW talking about it. Like the worst thing that could possibly, like a really terrible thing is like just being in a scene and no one improving. I'm probably like paraphrasing it wrong, but you're like
Yeah, yeah.
just no
It
one
feels
around
it
you is
feels
like
really
wanting to
bad.
improve. It's terrible. It's a terrible feeling. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
tried to play. I like ask actively like, does anyone want to play? Like ask a lot of players who are like, sure they're worse, but like they're like the best we can get right now with playing, and like no one wants to play,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really really brutal. So I'm trying to like figure out how to improve around that. You know what I mean? It's
Okay,
really
yeah, no,
tricky,
that
but I
does
feel
make
like
sense. Yeah, it's cool that you
yeah.
still want to improve despite like the
Oh
scene
yeah.
not being super active.
I don't play any other games. They just don't hit the dopamine right. Like
Dude,
Melee, dude,
same,
I
yeah.
tried to play League. I'm like, this is shit. This guy's calling me all sorts, and he's gonna
It's just
AFK.
yeah, they're just it's not the same.
It's not, no.
It's just
I'm
like
not much of a single player game guy, and it's just like I just want to hit the sticks, man. Like I
mm-hmm.
don't care if no one's gonna do it with me. I just want to play Melee. So like it's hard addiction is what's keeping me around, which is good, I think.
Yeah, no, that is good. And like I think that it's it's people who are dedicated like that eventually cause scenes to come back.
I feel like once land's back, it'll be good. But the thing is, I don't want to waste this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you want it to come back and just be like top 50 and just be like, "What's up? What's
Right, and
up?"
I feel like I could do that. Exactly. I feel like I could do that alone as well without a scene around me. But it's just like, how do I say this? I interact really well, and really, really do well in environments where I can be like, oh, like I feel like I'm doing this wrong, and then like the person next to me is like, actually, no, that's not really a big deal. Like you're doing this, or like, oh, maybe I
Hmm.
should replace this with this, and they're like, then we like brainstorm it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So
when I
it's
actively am
that
talking
makes
about it, I feel
sense.
way better. How do I say this? I have a lot of trouble having a conversation with myself in regards to improvement. I'm just like, oh, my ledge dashes are bad.
Yeah,
It's just
cuz
like blanket
I
statements like
I
that.
see. Yeah. Okay. Like you don't have confidence that like the things you're wanting to adjust are like the right things to adjust.
Exactly, yeah. And also, I'm worried I'm like missing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and
That
like
is
some
a
people are
very
just being
valid
like,
fear. I feel like most
yeah,
people are almost just not aware of that, and then so they don't try to like look for like they're just like, oh, I just need to hit my buttons right and then I'll win, and they
yeah.
kind of
That actually reminds me of a funny story. You know, the first you probably don't remember it. I remember it though because it was my first time I ever went to America. The first thing you ever said to me, you didn't even say like, "Oh, you're that Australian guy." You're like, "Oh, you're that guy with the terrible nares." I'm like,
the
"Fuck you,
terrible
dude."
nares.
Yeah, that's what you said. You're just like, "Oh, you're the guy with the terrible nares." nervous, and I'm like,
I
first of
totally
all,
believe
fuck
it.
you.
I must have
You're
been
a
watching
rat.
your set. And...
Yeah, it was like with Nut or something, and I was just like
Yeah.
so nervous, and I know I watched, but I was bombing just some atrocious nares. But that was the first thing he ever said to me, and my fight or flight kicked in. I'm like, this motherfucker comes up to me, doesn't even say hi. He just starts blaming me. I'm like, fuck you, dude. And then I'm like, oh wait, no, true. But that's what I mean, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, there's a million other things I'm worrying about. And like, obviously, like the dog shit nares were just so glaring to you, but obviously not to me, right?
That's
And,
how
like,
you get people.
there's
That's
some
how you get
miscellaneous
people
noise.
to really get the fire though. When they're just like on the flight home, like, what was that guy's problem? Need to teach him a
I
lesson.
knew, like, I didn't take any offense. Like, dude, this guy just like hates me. I was just like, dude, this guy is bothering me because he's just like pointing shit out that I didn't even see. I'm like, was mad at myself more than anything. Like, how am I getting away with these?
I don't remember it, but that's hilarious to me.
It is
Like, I
really
find
funny,
that
yeah.
incredibly hilarious.
It's the thing is for you and other top players, right? It's like you deal with like 2 million top 100 in air quotes players, right? Who are just like, yeah, like I think I'm really nice at this game, you know.
That's
so it's
true.
Just like, it's just
yeah.
like water off a duck's back. But for me, it's just like, all right, here's like top 20. I don't even know what you were ranked at the time. Like, all right, here's top 20 player. Like, let's try and swindle a way to play with this guy because I don't get to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do I get this guy to sit at the setup with me? Because you just can't waste that opportunity. You know what I mean? You can just be really fucking nuts like Spud, but I'm just like miscellaneous Fox 52. Like,
Yeah.
it's just. It's
I get
just
what you're
ridiculous.
saying.
Yeah, but anyway, I've definitely got super sidetracked. I've sent you some VODs against
Okay.
like
Yeah.
the second best Marth behind Spud in the country,
Okay.
and I feel like my skill has definitely decreased because I'm not practicing as actively as I usually do. So there's a few things I immediately noticed, but I feel like just with a coaching session, I can still like rebound ideas off someone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. So I
Okay.
feel like I probably will just be like repeating, or maybe you'll just even repeat like the same ideas I have about improving, or like the things I need to improve on. But it's good to just have like that confirmation, you know?
Okay.
So that's what I feel like I kind of want. Just be like, hey, I think I'm doing this bad. Should I be doing this instead?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. So yeah, feel free while we're watching it to like give your thoughts, and I'll sort of comment on things I see. And
Right.
I'm Discord screen sharing it, so you don't have the delay.
I'm having a look now. Yeah. I want to preface the games with saying I just have really shit ledgies. Like that's pretty much it. Like
That
my
what?
ledge game is just my ledge dashes are just atrocious.
Okay.
My
I'm not
ledge
gonna.
game is awful.
Yeah, that's something that's super easy to like practice. So
Yeah.
yeah. So this doesn't really make any sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna keep watching to see if something comes up a lot, but that's just like my first thought. Okay. So, I'm just going to mention a couple quick things, and then I'm sure we'll find something that comes up more often. But
Sure.
in this situation, you basically always want to tech roll, because then you have the slide off options.
Right. Okay.
Because like if you basically like if you tech in right here, then like his options are basically he can up tilt you, he can up air you, or he can fair you, and like most Marths won't try to go for the fair here. He's probably going to go for up air or up tilt, and either way,
You go, sorry.
and either way you can slide off DI here, and then if you tech roll away, it's a similar situation where his only options there are pretty much fair and up air, and then
Right.
you can slide off those on this side.
I feel like prefacing, like in games we've played, he's really good at wave dash in turnaround up tilt to not get the slide off.
Mm-hmm.
But tech rolling right in this situation, like I fully agree that you should always tech roll. Tech rolling right, he wouldn't be able to fair because I can just slide that off. Up air, same story. He would have to go for a really long wave dash to be able to get like an up tilt from there, right? So
Yeah, and the
I think
thing
I
is
should've just
if he
tested
does, if he's continually doing the turnaround up tilt, then you can slide off the up tilt in the opposite direction.
How even if he's facing left and up tilts because he does like the wave dash
Well,
turnaround.
on it depends on which tech you do. So like if you tech on this inside and he does the up tilt, I don't think you can get it. But if you DI here and he somehow does like a perfect wave dash here, turnaround up tilt, you can usually slide off right here.
Right. Okay. No,
So
that's
it's
fair.
like it's just rolling is like really good as a habit. The only time you don't really want to roll is like when Marth is right underneath you, and he's already jumped, and if you Tekken, and like he's basically just has any option, and then it's just kind of like, yeah, maybe Tekken place would work because he's gonna hit you no matter what. But in a situation like this, you almost always want to tech roll.
Right, I'll keep that in mind.
And yeah, like if you had done the tech roll here, and if you had tech this way, this upper would have hit you, and you would have just slid off, or he would have had to adjust somehow.
Okay, that makes sense.
It basically, just because he has to think of all these extra slide off options, it makes him like work a lot harder, and it limits his potential options. And then so it's like, even if he does keep hitting you out of it, he has to work a lot harder.
Okay, no, for sure.
Okay, wait. I think I'm just gonna watch for a second. I'm not gonna point anything out. I'm just gonna see sort of a general game plan.
No problem. Oh, that threw me off for sure.
I've gone for that before.
Probably worked when you did it.
Definitely not every time. Okay, good. You got the single hit up air.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Sometimes in tournament it doesn't feel true.
Yeah, it's definitely true. The problem is that basically, like, sometimes Marth does a different knockback animation slightly. Like, you know, because there's like random in the knockback animations.
Yeah, there's like that spiral run.
So yeah, I think it's pretty rare, or maybe it doesn't exactly happen that often at this percent. But basically, like, just the way he's like, even if it's not a different animation, sometimes his DI combined with just the way he spins and his hit stun can make it really difficult to hit the up air. But if you space it perfectly, it will hit every time. It's just very tricky.
Okay, so there's a way to hit it regardless. Okay.
Yeah, like Cody hits it every time. So.
Okay. Oh, that's really good. Fantastic fair. Fuck.
Okay, that was really good.
Isn't it?
I was thinking, is he gonna go for that? And you did, so that's a good sign. Okay, so one thing to just quickly sort of mention.
Yep.
I'm gonna need to watch this a bit again, but basically you do this thing basically every time he comes back invincibly, you run directly into the corner and sort of wait there, and I think that's not usually the best strategy. Basically on big stages, I think the best strategy is you kind of run around and then you jump to a platform and just sort of shield. Like, he doesn't really have, like, if you angle your shield correctly, Marth doesn't actually have many options to hit you if you're shielding on a platform.
I think my mental for that and why I don't do it is because I'm anxious of getting caught between the jump towards the platform. Obviously, there's a mix-up there, but that's why I think I'd start doing the dash dance in the corner, because I'm nervous. But if you're saying that's the right thing to do,
well, the thing is that, like,
it's not be too obvious.
If he's hard reading your jump to the platform, then like you did it like too predictably,
too blatantly,
and it's like he basically has like a 2-second timer to, you know, hit you, and like if you're dash dancing around, it's pretty hard to catch you anyway. And then, you know, if like let's say you dash dance in center, and then he reads you going left, but you actually go right, and then you full hop from center to the side platform and you shield. He like, his invincibility will run out before he gets to you. But if you're in center stage, even if he does catch you, he has to work a lot harder to get a kill. Whereas like if you're in the corner, he could just run up F smash here and get like a random kill.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
On the big stages, I think you usually want to use platforms really heavily, and if you can't, like on this stage, it's a little tricky, then you kind of want to stay closer to center. And then on the small stages, I think what I usually do is I start on the platform, and then I'll go to ledge, and then like ledge dash off.
Okay, let me just write that down quick.
Because on the small stages, you basically get destroyed in invincibility if you don't use the ledge. You can get away with the platforms, but it's really, really hard. And basically on small stages in general, if Marth has you cornered, just go to the ledge and ledge dash.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Because otherwise he can do that short hop pressure, like where he short hops and then waits to do like the late fair or something, and you can't really do a lot.
Small stages, stage. Okay.
So I think something that I feel when I'm watching this is... I think Slippy is messing up a little bit. Let me restart this.
You could probably get away with just screen sharing so it doesn't turn off every time Slippy
comes.
Oh,
my mistake. I thought I did. There we go. Okay. So, the number one thing that I notice while looking through this is that I don't see you looking for specific options. You're more trying to do... you're trying to move and throw out moves in a confusing way for the Marth, but I don't see you specifically watching for actions that he takes.
Okay.
So,
do you have any examples?
Yeah, okay, so, yeah. So it's sort of like, this matchup is basically because Marth wins. So the thing with Fox is that, he destroys a lot of characters without having to focus on the specifics. Usually they're the ones who have to focus on Fox's specifics. But against Marth, it's a little different, where, basically all of Marth's moves beat your moves, but you can beat any specific move he does. So, basically Marth has significantly heavier commitments than you, but those commitments will, if you're just doing pure mix-ups and Marth is doing pure mix-ups, and you're not really thinking about, what exactly the Marth is going to do, you will just lose against Marth. This matchup is very, surgical, where you're, for instance, when Marth does a short hop fair and he does the early fair, you have to be ready to nair it. And then if he does the short hop, but he's doing, the late fair, you have to be ready to space yourself just perfectly outside the range of his fair. And if he does a nair, you have to be ready to dash dance grab it. And if he does a down tilt, you have to be ready to dash dance short hop drill.
Right. No, I do understand, but how do I say this? That almost that's borderline just read based play, right? You have to just assume what they're gonna do. Is that
no? I'm not saying necessarily to read it. I'm saying you should be trying to bait those things.
Okay, no, so that makes sense. It's I'm just trying to find a way to word it. I do understand what you're saying. It's just put yourself or put the Marth in situations where they want to do that option, right? And then counterplay to that. Okay, no, that does make sense.
And a lot of times there's situations where, say you think Marth is going to wave dash in down tilt, and you can do dash back, dash in drill, but basically you're drilling in place, but you dash back and then you dash into where you were and you drill in that spot. And basically that's really difficult for Marth to punish, just because the thing with a lot of characters is they kind of have hitboxes out sort of all the time. They're either moving or their hitboxes are there. But Marth is if Marth whiffs and you're not there, you get this big punish a lot of times. So Marth is less likely than other characters to actually have hitboxes out.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I understand that.
So there's a lot of situations where if you think the Marth is going to dash in run in down tilt or wave dash in down tilt, you can sort of just do the coverage for it, and then if he doesn't go for it, a lot of times you're not actually that vulnerable, because he would have to have hard read that you were going to try to counter his down tilt. Then he would have to space correctly with his basically, if he spaces in a way that can actually punish that drill you do, he would be vulnerable to a bunch of your other mix-ups.
Yeah, no, I fully. So he almost has to use the same method of thinking, or it's just like Marth can be specific Fox option, but it's just harder for him to do that. And it's
Exactly.
also
Yeah. So it's basically forcing him into the zone where he has to think in specifics too, but he has to commit so heavily that it's a lot easier for you to like bait him out in those cases. Because you're like, if he thinks you're gonna short hop nair at him, then he'll do a short hop nair, but then you can just punish it with a grab. Whereas like, if you short hop nair, you don't necessarily lose that situation just because you're wrong.
Yeah, no, I get you. I think so you're saying I don't do that, right? I don't properly.
I just don't. Yeah.
I'm not fishing for. I guess fishing is the term. I'm not fishing for X beats Y, and I'm not trying to bait out Y in the first place. And I'm just kind of just like trying to be tricky too much instead of just like, I guess flowchart is the term I want to use, but it's like just doing the right thing, you know what I mean?
That's definitely like, basically the way this matchup works is if Fox does everything correctly, like very situationally tight, the matchup excuse me, so the matchup becomes significantly more even when Fox plays right, because it creates these situations where, like, basically, if you play the matchup right, Marth is significantly more likely to get stray hits. And if you play, okay, so the way I've been saying it recently is that basically this matchup is even, but if you mess up, he gets like perfect 0 deaths. But basically, like, if you don't mess up, most of his hits are actually do less combo wise than yours.
Okay.
Because he'll kind of, like, let's say, you jump in with a nair, but you're doing everything right, and then he nairs you out of it. A lot of times, you'll just go to the other side of the stage and tech away, or you'll slide off to ledge or something. Or, like, if he down tilts you, down tilt doesn't actually, get him anything.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I think I theoretically understand, like, when I think about it, and I'm like, just from like when I've my fucking amazing secondary Marth played against like a decent Fox player, and it's just like, okay, so what exactly can I do here to get the combo starter other than wait for this guy to fuck up, kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, if you play Marth, you kind of feel it of like, he's dash dancing there, and you're like, what do I do? Like, I can wave dash in down tilt, or I can kind of dash near him and hope he does like a dumb nair,
Yeah, I think it's just really hard to like, you can think about it and go like, yeah, like this can just happen, but obviously no one is at that level yet with Fox, where it's just like every single game they play is like no mess ups, like
exactly, and that's why Marth still performs so well against Fox. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but continue.
No, that was the end of my thought. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, that just makes sense. I did have one more question though.
Yeah.
So in regards to, so you said like, kind of get into the mentality of X beats Y, right?
Yes, that's very much how it works against Marth.
Yeah, and let me know if I'm like oversimplifying it or anything, but so I'm of the mentality where it's just like, why think of something if it already exists? So it's just like, instead of me thinking like, okay, so he's doing X, like what should I do as Y to beat that? Would there be like a resource, or like, because I know, how do I say this? Being from Australia and away from like the majority of good Fox players, right? It's really, really, really fucking hard to keep up with the meta.
Yeah, I can imagine it'd be awful.
It's ridiculously hard. It's fucked. It's like, I'm not in the conversations. I'm not in like the
yeah, you're not around
discussions. Yeah, I'm just legitimately not around. So the thing is just like, all I have to go off is like a 10-minute tournament set of like IBW versus Zane every now and then. Or like, but I usually can watch like your, like, I did watch your, what's it called, your self commentary against Zane.
Yeah,
and that was also really good too. The thing is, I'm still missing out, like, I don't.
Yeah, it's not the same when you don't actually have the practice.
Yeah, so I'm like in need of like resources. I need to ask the right questions. I need to. So you said before, right? Like, if he does that down tilt, you could do dash back, dash in drill. Like, why would I, in my mind at least, why would I waste energy figuring that out for myself if it's like already there? Like, I could use my mental energy to figure something else out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like why try to rethink about 1 + 1 = 2?
So what I would do is, Cody plays Zane pretty often.
Yeah.
And like basically you can just find a stream VOD normally entitled playing Zane or something like that, and it'll be like 3 hours of Cody against Zane. And then so what I'll do is like I'll watch those and then I'll just sort of note things that happen repeatedly.
Okay, yeah. So instead of just blatantly asking, "Hey, when X happens, what like?" Sorry. What do
Yeah,
I
I
do?
think the
Like,
videos
look
are
for it.
like
Yeah. Okay.
significantly more useful. And
Then on mistake.
so there's also a thing. So yeah, so there's basically like a bunch of concepts in this matchup that are pretty simple, but until you know them, it's like confusing because the matchup just looks really weird to watch. Like I watched a lot of footage of it and I was kind of confused, and it wasn't until Cody sort of gave me parts of his game plan and then I watched Cody Zane that it sort of like came together for me.
Okay.
So like I think watching the VODs of it and then sort of figuring out those options is good, but also the interesting thing about this matchup is that Fox doesn't actually have a lot that he can actually do to Marth. And so it's fairly simple and like laid out kind of like what you can and can't do.
So yeah, you're limited in what you can do. So
So like
it's
the situations like in the like basically you could figure it out yourself, but if you watch the VODs, you'll see the situations come up a lot.
right.
And
Okay, no, that makes sense.
yeah, actually since we're sort of just going over like sort of like oh, what in the world? What is okay. But since we're sort of just going over like the basic situations in the matchup, I think really quick I'm just sort of gonna show you a kind of basic game plan type thing for the matchup. So this is just a small thing, but basically let's take this stage. So basically the spacing that you want to play is so there's two different ways this matchup works. One is on triplat stages and one is where it's not triplat stages.
Okay.
And so the strategies of there are extremely different because of the top platform. The top platform like entirely changes this matchup. So
yeah, we have a we have a term for it. An old Fox legend in Australia had a term for it. He's like, the ground is the casino, and there's two words for the top plat, either the treehouse or the penthouse. It's like, why fuck around in the casino where you can just chill at the penthouse? That's stuck with my soul. I don't do it, but whenever I'm like worried about Marth, I just think about the penthouse.
It's true. So basically, if you're up here, Marth doesn't actually have like a lot of options against you to get you off of this. And so normally what they'll do is they try to make themselves vulnerable by kind of standing like right here. Because if they're like right here, there's too many mix-ups you can do. Like they can't actually prevent this from happening to them basically. So they will usually go here so that if you do this or this, that they can go into the corner and do that and grab you.
Yep.
So what they'll normally do is they'll do that, and so what that actually gives you is that gives you center. So if you go up here and they go here, you have center, and then so if they're in the corner and you're here, you have basically this really good mix-up where basically you either do this, this is like super important, and you go all the way into the corner. You probably saw this in my self-commentary, is like against most characters, you kind of want to do like that. But against Marth, you literally want to go all the way in. And especially like Shine Grab right there.
Yep.
So that's the one situation, and the other one is you do this mix-up where you jump like that. Because your options here are you can go like this and fall through and hit him, or you can do this and then stay up here and then dash and hit him.
Okay.
So
that's when he's that's also when he's in the corner, right?
Yeah, those are the things that work when he's in the corner, and that's true on every platform stage: Battlefield, Dreamland, Yoshi's, Fountain, stuff like that. Those are basically your two main mix-ups. Is you have the Shine Grab in the corner, and you have this aerial mix-up, and you can do any area you want out of it. You can like drill or whatever, but it's like usually like that, where you go like either you're doing this and then you do that. Sorry, UCF is off in training mode. But or that or this, where you fall through and you hit him with something.
Right.
Because
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So the way you're jumping onto that platform is through full hop, right? Is it ever better to interrupt the full hop with a wave land onto the plat and then start dash dancing, or it's just best to just go for the full hop?
Well,
I'm
what?
envisioning it dodging like up tilts, right? Like that full hop if he tries to catch you, and like not fast
Well,
forward.
the thing is if he up tilts right here and you're doing this, he's in such bad shape because then you get this mix up. So it's kind of you kind of do this and then you go in for that, or you do this and then you're. The thing is, if he up tilts here, it's usually you can kind of do like this, like you can drift it back if you see him gonna up tilt, or you can kind of go in like that. And yeah, but sometimes if you go like this, he'll up tilt, here, and then you'll actually go over it, and then you can get behind him.
Okay.
So that's like just it's really big that like basically the top platform gives you control of center, because without it, Marth does this kind of like short hop fair, and he'll kind of push you into the corner. So going to top plat, really, really useful because it gets you center. And if he's dumb, sometimes you'll do this, or whatever. Like you go like this, and then he'll do like an up tilt, and then you can come down and like get him. And the other thing is to remember is like, especially on small stages, is if you land a drill grab almost every time. Marth does not have good options to deal with it, and if you drop and you drill shine right here, he just grabs ledge on like every stage, and it doesn't really do any good for you. But if you drill grab here, that's like a potential big opening, like triple up air combo or something like that. So basically this is the natural neutral position is right here, and Marth will typically be here, and so the advantage is that this opens up the space for your full hops. Like this like basically if he's here and you're here, then if he tries to take center, like if he does this, and then you just go like this, or this, and then combo him.
Okay.
Or if he goes too far and you full hop over, then you get this back air nair and then like forward,
Back air's scary though post D tilt because you just get max CC grabbed, right? Or am I wrong?
So you at super low percents, I wouldn't do it that often, but the back air is not actually that bad there. Like obviously if he's at super low, like if he's at like 20% or something, I wouldn't recommend the back air there.
Right.
But
would you play? Sorry, like this is a situation that comes up a lot where I feel like I get that full hop victory over a down tilt, and then like Chimp Brain will bear. And Chimp Brain will grab, and then Chimp dies. And I hate Chimp dying. I want Chimp to live. So I feel like instead Chimp should play like the next mix up outside of the D tilt, because I feel like they're gonna be spamming grab, right? Like I feel like I could even like just like empty land, turn around, grab them, because they're just like mashing LNA, right?
I feel like you should always just drill.
Sorry?
If you full hop and they down tilt, just drill, like every time.
But if you go behind them is what I'm saying, sorry.
You can just turn around grab.
That's what I mean, yeah, it's just like empty land grab instead of going for the bear. Because they're going to be mashing shield grab, and the only reason the shield grab works is because it turns them around. Sorry, I'm like probably...
Yeah, no, you can do that if they have time to shield. But if they have time, I don't know. If they have time, like if they go down and you don't have a chance to actually real punish, what I would usually do is if they down tilt like right here just as I jump and I don't have a chance, I'll go up here. Then they're afraid of they're afraid of this, so they go to the corner. Then I go down here and then I get this mix up.
Right, okay. So you just set up for a better mix up instead of playing that really scary spot. True.
Yeah. And then so the other situation is when Marth has center and you're here, and on small stages just literally always do that. Like
always ledgy.
Just because you basically do this, and you have basically your options are this, or you can do this, or you can do this, and then if he down tilts in, like so what you can do here is do this, and then come out a little bit, and then go back and then drill. So it's like this, and then that. And because most of the time, Marth will sort of take the bait of you coming in right here and try to do something. So he might grab, and so you go like this, and then in, and then out, and then drill. And that's like usually really good. But, so the matchup actually simplifies pretty hard down to, like the matchup is actually pretty simple in those sort of cases. Where like, there's usually only 2 or 3 options that you have, but if you do them basically, if you do them correctly, Marth can't get hard hits on you. Because by playing in this way, like if you're here and then Marth is here, what can he do? He doesn't have any moves from here that'll actually get you. He can wave dash up down tilt, he can do this, and then he can run in down tilt. I guess, he could run and try to forward smash you, but that's not very good. Like, what can he actually do from here? So, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll kind of just do this short hop thing, where they kind of short hop hover, like right here.
Yeah.
And in that, as soon as you see Marth do that, you want to dash dance right on the tip, right on, like, the very tip of it, where, like... So if Marth is right here and he does this, what you want to do is just be right on the tip of it. So, like, if he's like this, then you're, like, right... Oh, okay, if he's like this, then you're, like, right here, because then you can go, like, for this full hop, and then you can use the top platform again, and he has to get scared, and he has to go to corner, and then you have the shine grab mix-up and stuff like that.
When you're referring to the tip of it, sorry, do you mean the tip of his fair range, or, like, the tip of...
Yeah, the tip of his fair range.
Okay. I thought you might have meant, like, the tip of the corner, but no. I knew.
So, on a tri-plat stage, that is, like, basically the matchup. And so, let me watch your next video, and then I'll sort of go over where you could have used that plan more.
I did, in that last video, I shine grabbed into the corner, like, once.
That's good.
I was like, wow, that was really good.
Yeah, no, it's, like, really good.
Yeah, and then I just, like, didn't do it again. I hate doing that. That's, like, the worst feeling. It's just, like, you do it once, and you're like, I should incorporate this more. And then you're just like, hey.
And then you're like, incorporate what?
Yeah, then you forget it. You're like, oh, damn. Then you go through, like, your file of 50k melee VODs, and you're like, alright, where was that bad boy?
Okay, so... Okay, we're gonna ignore this because this was idiotic by him. Somehow it got... Oh, it really? Okay.
Yeah, it was so dumb it crashed the app, dude.
It was very, very bad in there. Because the thing is if you play the plan here, he might just be reading you because he knows what your common openers are. But here... Okay, so you did the plan, you got down to here, but it seems like you weren't ready for this somehow. Like, basically, like... If Marth is in the air here, you really just want to stay on the ground.
Yeah.
And then, like, because jumping into it obviously gets you hit. So, okay, so you end up here. So, you got into this situation where you're here and he's in the corner.
Yeah.
Like, basically, your option, you don't actually have that many options here.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is don't think about what you're doing here. Wait, because Fox can do all these he can jump, you can do this. What matters here is what Marth is thinking.
Okay.
That's always what matters in this matchup, is what Marth is thinking. And, like, so if you're Marth here, what are you thinking?
Grab.
Yeah, literally it's just grab. Like, what moves does he have? You know?
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything here. And if he goes for a full hop fair because he's reading you going to the platform, he doesn't really have anything. So it's like, basically your options here are, is Marth going to go into the corner, or is he going to come out and grab? And so what you can do here is you can create space, because the thing is you want this center stage, because then you can do those options into the corner. Whereas, like, at this distance, your shine grab into the corner isn't a real thing.
Yeah.
So you want to create this distance, and I mean, if Marth is like a dummy and he just instantly grabs here, maybe he hits you, but usually he won't. So, but you're in this situation now, and because you didn't, so what should have happened here is you would take center, then Marth dashes back to corner because he's afraid. He might think you're gonna nair or drill in place or something like that, or even just shine. Mm-hmm. So he dashes back, you go to here, and now you're in that situation I talked about where he's cornered, which is what you want, and you have those mix-ups between doing aerials off this platform or running in and shining.
Right. I think what I wanted to do there with that dash was I would assume he'd grab me, so I wanted to get behind him because I was scared he was going to catch me, if that makes sense.
So the thing is that's
Even
all.
If I ran away, like, he might grab me with an overshoot or something. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's why I did what I did.
So the thing is that if you misread him here, this is basically a hard read on positioning, and if you mess up and he just dashes to center, now you're cornered on a small stage, and it's not great. Right. You can get out of it by just ledge dashing, but it's still not. Yeah. It's not advantageous for you.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big thing of mine that I do a lot. Is like, when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, surely he's going to do this. So I'll just do this one weird trick to beat that option. But if it's not that option, I die instantly. You know what I mean? Like, I always fall into that trap instead of being like, well, why don't I take like the 90% chance of getting me out? I'm like, but it'd be cool if I got it right. I'm like, 10% chance. It's just terrible. I think that's like not being educated on the correct game plan and being like, okay, so my brain says that's my X beats Y, but then like that X just gets like ruined by everything else. If that makes sense.
Yeah, the frustrating thing about this matchup is that there's not a lot of room for creativity, like, at the base level. Basically, like, your dopamine in this matchup needs to come from how well you're following your game plan.
Okay.
Because if you play the game plan right, even if you're wrong, Marth has to make heavy commitments to... It's like... Basically, if you set up your game plan correctly and you play the positions right, Marth has to work so hard to get heavy openings that it, like, mitigates the fact that he can hard read grab you sometimes. Okay. Because most of his openings won't be those super grabs, and when he does get those grabs, or goes for those grabs, you know, half the time, because you're playing the right positions, you're just going to dodge the grab, and you'll get, like, a drill grab, and, like, Fox's punish game is still pretty good on Marth. You know, it might not be as good as Marth's is, but, you know, it's not that bad. Like, you can keep him in the air, you can juggle him and stuff like that. So it's still, like, a bad thing for Marth. But when you're doing something like this, you're basically saying, like, if I'm right, I grab you. And if you're right, you grab me. And it's like, that's not where you want to be against Marth, because you will die for it, and he won't.
Yeah, that makes sense. What do you think about up throw shine there?
Okay, so the up throw shine is good, but only when he's already... I think this is an okay up throw shine. I would actually just go for a second up air here. But the shine is usually useful when you're, like, here, and you up throw him, and then he goes, like, out here, and then you shine him. Because then he can't double jump back to stage, but, like, the position he's in right here, he can, like, kind of get to stage here. I think he didn't even need the air dodge, maybe. Where, like, if he had just pressed jump immediately, I think he could double jump back to stage. And I think that takes away a lot of your freedom here. Is because...
With me snapping ledge, though, there, like, if he double jumps there and I'm, like, invincible from the ledge, I can just, like, rising up air him. And he has, like, nothing to do, right?
No, the thing is like, that's what I was saying. This wasn't that bad of a situation. It was okay. Like, I was saying, like, ideally, you don't want him to be this close to the stage when he does that, but it's okay to do that. Like, but you really should have gone for this back air here, probably, you know?
Yeah. No, you're right, for sure.
And then, yeah, okay, you missed the punish. Okay.
Oh, I'm really bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not okay, I'm terrible. Oh, no, shine. Oh.
Do you know about the Marth Killer flowchart?
I've heard... So, Donnie and I have thrown this around of the forbidden jutsu of the Marth Edgeguard flowchart. And every time I ask about it, I get like, you'll figure it out, man. I feel like...
No. I'll teach it to you right now.
Yeah, okay. I would love to.
Okay, we're gonna do that, and then we'll go back to that VOD. That's so funny. You'll get it, man. No, really, just tell me. No. I don't need to tell you, because you're smart enough to get it.
Like, it's one of those things that comes to time, you know? I'm like, no, it really isn't.
It's really not. No, it's not. Okay, so... Obviously, the flowchart starts with Marth Killer.
Let me start scribing this sacred information. Hold on. So, Marth Killer forbidden.
And you'll have forbidden. You get thrown out of the ninja village if I teach you this.
You can't, no, this is a forbidden.
It's forbidden. It's totally forbidden because only me and Cody do it for no reason. And I copied most of it from him.
Oh, okay.
So there's this one, right? So think about what this covers. You know, this covers any sort of up B that goes to the ledge.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, it kills. Like, he's dead. If he up B's and he's going to ledge, he's dead there.
Marth Killer kills Marth.
Yeah, okay, so that's one situation. is he up Bs and you do that, he grabs ledge, he's dead. Then you have two more situations, basically. There's a couple more nuances, but there's basically two situations. The one is that Marth double jumps to ledge. That's probably one that's really common, is you do this, and then Marth just double jumps and sweet spots ledge. So the way to beat that is this.
Yeah.
So you do the Marth killer, and then as soon as you wait for this double jump, and as soon as you see it, you do that, and it's unreactable, and he dies. Basically every time. And the best part about it is it's unreversible, where if, like, he does this and then you do this and he fairs you, he gets back, but you're not in any trouble at all. Yeah. You're fine.
You just don't die. That's nice.
So you've now covered up B to ledge, and you've covered double jump to ledge. So what options does he have left?
He can also up B on the stage.
Okay.
And not instantly die.
Yeah. So his option, other option is up B to the stage, where he hits you with this, you go to ledge, and now he's on stage. And so a lot of times, if that happens, you can just literally get Marth Killer to edge and do ledge dash up smash, and then he's just dead, like, in a lot of cases. Like, he doesn't actually have a lot of options here to deal with that. And the other way to do it is you do a full hop here. So you do this, and then basically you can kind of see, because he'll usually be side B'ing or whatever. Basically, you do this and you full hop. And then his up B will miss you. And you have an option to either back air him here or shine him here. So you do this, and then he does the early up B, and then you shine him. So you like this, you do this, up B, shine. Or this, up B, back air.
Okay, I like that.
So a lot of times you'll see a Marth, and he'll be down there, and he'll be doing... So you'll see a Marth... And the Marth will be doing so the options we covered are this one where he does this, and you just grab ledge and he dies. Then there's this one, which is really common, where he's out here and then he double jumps back. You just shine that. It works literally every time because it's not reactable. Like it literally just kills Zane there every time because there's nothing he can do except for hard read it with the fair or whatever, and that's not even that good. So then the other option is he goes on stage, in which case you can either go to ledge dash up smash, or you can do this and then you full hop over it. Because he does this and you full hop over it, and then before he lands, you just back air him again or shine. So the thing is, if he goes really high, like he goes like... The thing is, back air is usually better than shine, but if he does perfect DI on the back air, it's not necessarily perfect, depending on his percent. I usually go for the back air there, just because I'm so confident in my flowchart that, like, now he's off stage with no double jump and I get my flowchart again. So his other option is he can do this one, where he up Bs so that you don't Marth, like, it misses the Marth killer, and then he still grabs ledge. And so what you do here is you just let go of shield, run off shine, and that'll kill every time. Okay. So
that's also for the air dodge as well, by the way. Like, that's the same thing. You just run, like, let go of shield, run off shine if he does like a rising air dodge.
If he does like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he does... So the thing is, if he's here, a lot of times the jump off shine, like this shine here, like that, will catch him out of the double jump air dodge before it can even start up.
Right.
Or wait, are you saying if he does this?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if he does that, you just let go of it and run off shine, and it'll kill him every time.
Okay.
And then... So those cover those. Then the last option is not part of the actual same flowchart, but basically is if he's too far in, like basically he's coming in like this, and there's basically just situations where you end up on the ledge here, and he's down there. That's when you do this. Like you do the double jump backward, regrab.
No, I get exactly what
but you can only do that when you think he's gonna go let's say he does the air dodge thing, and I do this, and then somehow he gets sent back towards the stage. Like, if I do that, and he gets sent back towards the stage, then I do that, and then he just dies.
Okay.
Or sometimes I'll do like this, or sometimes I do this, and then you do this full hop, and he doesn't take the bait. Like, let's say you do this full hop, and then he still has like a double jump or something, and he doesn't do it. You can just grab ledge and do that a lot of times, and then you'll just grab it again.
Okay, I do, if I think he's gonna sweet spot or something, and like, I'm like gonna be a bit late, instead of wave dashing to ledge, I do like a short hop backflip, and like,
the short hop backflip like that.
Like fucking works, man.
So,
I swear, it's so good. So that's
Okay, so that works, but the thing is, a lot of times if you're in that situation, just do this. Like, if you're already on stage, the Marth Killer is just better.
Yeah, no, that's like I meant like more so if I'm more like that's kind of separate from the Forbidden Scroll. It's more so like if I'm not on like near ledge yet and can't set up, I do like a wave dash back with the momentum short hop. Yeah, like
yeah.
Like
yeah, no, those do work. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It does work, but the thing is, basically, every time Marth is out here, I will literally just go for this every time because he doesn't actually have anything. Like, I have, like, a really high edgeguard rate on Zane. Like, really high. Like, basically, my problem in this matchup for a long time was not being able to edgeguard Marth. But with this flowchart, then now I can do it. And a lot of times, if he DIs out there, that's where you want to do that shine. Like, if you grab him here and he DIs out, that's when you do this shine. Yeah. And then, so what you can do is, like, you jump out, you do this shine, you go back to here, you do this, and then he'll usually just do, like, an early up B, and then I just bap, and then like that. Like, you can full hop over it, back air shine a lot of times, and then he's dead anyway. So, that is the flowchart. Those are all the options in the whole flowchart.
Do I have to pay royalties or anything for sharing that amongst my team? I don't really know.
Literally, that is it. And for some reason, most people have not picked it up yet, but that is the flowchart.
So you're saying for only $2.99, like people too could do the flowchart? Like, that's ridiculous savings.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah, man, I made so much money off this. I call it the Sora chart. Like
one weird trick.
Yeah. Marth mains hate him.
Yeah. You know, like full hop what's it called, full hop single hit up air on like Fox and Falco. Like you like to kill them. Like they're just always single hits. I call like the trick shot, and a lot of Americans got mad at me for thinking I invented it. They're just like, dude, you didn't fucking invent this. I'm like, well, I just gave it a name, man. Like, no one called it anything.
I don't know what their problem is.
Yeah, and I was like, you think you're fucking clever, bro? I'm like, oh, Jesus, dude.
The only time I've gotten mad at that is like when Falcos have their own special name for double down air. That one gets me. When they're like, oh no, that was like who was it? I think it was I don't know, I think it was Trey, like Trey the Trash Man. It might have been him, it was somebody, but he literally had like down air and then you down air again as Falco, and he's like, that's the Trey way, and I was like, don't call it that. Like like Falcos aren't allowed to name double down air after themselves.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, sweetie, that's just the mango again.
So another small thing to mention is like, okay, so a situation like this, basically every time you're juggling Marth, get to the ground as fast as possible, always.
Yeah.
So never be in this situation here. Ever. After this back air, always immediately go down to the ground.
Yeah.
Like that forward tilt and stuff, that's what lost you that situation.
Okay.
And also, in this situation, you don't want to be above Marth right here. Like, if you're in this situation, I would not go for this back air, because you're just going to lose your stock more times than not. I would literally double jump here, and then fast fall and land on the ground.
Yeah, and just replay something else.
But, so, this works, and then you miss the edge guard. That's okay. So, okay, so notice how if you had done the Marth Killer edgeguard here, throw him off, instantly roll to edge Marth Killer, and then you're waiting, and as soon as you see this double jump, you could have unreactably short hop off shined him, and he'd be dead 100% of the time. I literally, you can watch the VOD, Chef Seth. I just explained the flowchart. So yeah, you can just short hop off shine right here, and he would have died for it. But he gets this weird double side B. I mean, why does this keep messing up?
It's every time he does something strange.
yeah, every time he does something super jank, Slippy crashes. Okay, so you have this. Okay, should have gone to the ground there. Basically, because Marth has that thing, this used to happen to me all the time, where you're juggling him, and then he does that landing fair thing. Like, you juggle him, you get him up, and then he just sort of falls with a fair, and it stops your combo.
Okay.
But, like, if you immediately go to the ground, you always have at least a grab mix-up on that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really important. That's, like, more important than people realize. So, okay, so in this situation, I think, like, honestly, what I would do here, honestly, is I would double jump back air.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times, in this specific situation, what they're going to do is they're going to DI down and away to the right, because if they think that you, like, full hop back air from edge or something. But you can actually double jump here and bear, like, right here, and it'll hit Marth backwards. And the thing is even... Yeah, it's very difficult for Marth to see, but yeah, you double jump, and you drift this way, and you can back air this, and he'll go to the left. And so it can kind of mix up his DI, but even if he DIs it correctly, you still have... You have the flowchart to fall back to. You just roll to the edge, do the Marth killer, and you have like an 80% chance of ending his stock. You can also go for something crazy like double jump and try to drill him here into a wave shine up smash, but they have a lot more counterplay to that. Whereas if you just back air him off again, like, it's so bad for him.
Okay.
So you end up in this situation, you do that, you miss that edge guard. Okay, that happens. Okay, you grab him. Not going to comment on that. That was just like invincibility. Okay, so this was almost good, where you went up to the top platform, but then you avoided his invincibility correctly, and then you jumped to the corner anyway, and there was just no reason for this. So if you keep the sort of game plan that I presented, like, very hard in your head, you would not do this.
Okay.
So yeah, now you're fighting out of the corner. Okay, and notice that right here, he does... This was the exact situation. Remember when you were in the corner earlier? And I told you, like, if you dashed out, and then he goes for the grab here, you could get the dash out, dash in, grab. Or, sorry, dash out, dash in drill. Here's that situation comes up right here, where it's like this, where you give up space, and he just goes for this grab, but the reason Marth can't go for these grabs is then because you just instantly do this, and you should have grabbed here.
Why the fuck didn't I grab?
It's okay. I make this mistake, like, every day. The thing is, in this situation, because you're directly in center, it's kind of okay to just shine here and get the wave shine grab, but still doing it from center is just a lot nicer in a lot of times, because you have better combo options. So then so you get him in the corner from this, and you have to remember that Marth doesn't have a lot he can actually do here. One of his few options he can do here is short hop nair to beat your short hop approach. Short hop approaching in the corner is only good if you have, like, a big read on, like, his positioning or his move choice. So notice how he gets you with this nair. This would be if you just dash dance, you could shine grab this nair using the flowchart I told you. And if you full hopped here, this nair would be really bad too. It only works against this short hop.
Okay.
So if you had done this, if you had just dash dance here and then he had done this nair, you literally win that situation. Like, you get another pre-opening. So that's why you don't want to go for this short hop in. But the good thing, here's what I'm trying to show you before, is that, look, even if you lose the mix-up in the corner, like, obviously you shouldn't have gone for this. Even though you did, you're fine. Like, you're totally fine. Yeah. So now you're almost in the situation. When Marth is under this side plat and you're under this side plat, that's your ideal grounded neutral. So because he takes this center, a lot of times your options are either go farther into the corner to see if he'll go for something, or full hop.
Okay.
So yeah, so you go for further into the corner, which is fine. It's a valid decision here. But then you're not expecting something from him. Like, that's the thing, is that, like, if, let's say you chose not to go further into the corner, which is what he thought you were going to do, like, right here, he thinks you're not going to go further into the corner. What he thinks right here is that you're about to short hop nair at him. I guarantee you that is what he's thinking. He's thinking Fox went away. Fox is just about to come back in with this short hop nair, and that's why he does this nair. But if you're ready for him to do anything here, like short hop nair, short hop fair, if you're ready for something in this situation, this is another punish for you.
Yeah, what should I be doing to punish that? Shine grab was the
you can you should dash dance grab it.
Dash dance grab it, okay. That's fucking tight. That is super hard to do. I'm not saying it's
So
impossible.
yeah, I think so this is a little bit later of a nair than like normal, I guess. So I would say that it's the thing is that like you're not gonna necessarily be able to punish all of these, but like how do I explain it? Like basically the threat of you punishing it means that you don't have to punish it every time because like you could have just full hopped over this and then what does he do to that? He has to do this nair instant up tilt. And if you don't fall into the instant up tilt, then you get an opening. So like it feels scary, but he has to basically hard read what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And if you don't like the situation, like let's say this nair is a little bit late here, so you feel like you don't want to deal with it, you could have just gone to ledge here. Right. But like basically, if you follow the positional flowchart, none of those moves that he's been doing will work. And so it's like basically, yeah. So there's not a reason to do this either, because he's at like low like what are you getting out of this? You know, he's at 8%. You can maybe get like a weak nair Sakurai angle into a shine here, but like if you're gonna go for this read, you might as well be drilling. And even then, it's just not that great.
Okay.
So you kind of go for it again. So notice how you're throwing this aerial. This aerial is literally the worst aerial in the whole matchup, and it's the kind of into the corner aerial, like I was describing before, where Marth has all this space to dash dance grab you, and the only thing this nair covers would be him literally super aggressively dashing to center. In which case, you don't even get a combo that you wanted. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, so notice how he just dashes away and avoids it.
Okay.
Right here. This is a grab for him. Every time. Easy grab if he was better, but he doesn't take it. Notice how you haven't been using any full hop mix-ups?
Yeah, no, I definitely don't full hop, like, at all in this matchup. At least properly.
Yeah. Oh. The main reason to full hop is so that you can use the top platform. Yeah, so just like I know you didn't know this game plan before we watched this, obviously, but like this isn't part of the plan, and that's why you get hit.
Yeah.
But even then, okay, like just think about just like look at this. How many like it feels like Marth just zero deaths Fox every time, but look, he hits you once, twice. He's now hit you twice individually, 3 times. Okay, this is part of the same combo. It's part of the same combo. So that's 3 times that he gets you. That's 4, 5.
Yeah, he just can't instantly kill you.
Like Marth, a lot of times actually won't get the insta kills. Yeah, that was good. Marth a lot of times won't actually get the insta-kills, but you have to play such that basically, like, if Marth is getting those sort of tappy openings, yours have to be heavier than those. And yours can only be heavier than those if you're focusing on exactly which ones you need to hit. Like, basically, Marth can either do, like, 1 or 100, and you need to make sure that all of yours are, like, 30 to 40. It's just in terms of, like, you know, some sort of numbering system.
Okay. No, I get you.
So here's a situation where you do this full hop. If you double jump to the platform here and he does this, you get a free dropping back air. Like if you did this and you full hopped up, you get this. You get a free dropping back air or a free dropping drill on his landing. Okay, yeah, don't do that grab.
Oh.
Okay, that's fine. It's invincibility. So, ooh, that was a great combo. That was really good. Do the Marth killer. Yep. Perfect. That was how this matchup works a lot of times if you do everything correctly.
I'm like hearing what you're saying during the session, but after seeing this, I think I'm already the best. So I might have to ask for a refund.
Well, there you go. That's what you're supposed to be doing right there. So it's good that some of the time you're doing those things.
Oh wait, come back, coach. Come back. I'm nairing to the corner.
There's the short off nair in the corner. Time to start the lesson again.
Fuck. God, I just wish I wasn't so dog shit stupid. Oh.
And dead. Yeah.
Nick, surely. Oh.
So it's like, how does this stock happen? Like, let's see how this stock happens.
I'm brain dead and useless.
No, what? I freaking hate you, Slippy. It's never crashed this much.
Yeah, it's just a really custom Australian VOD. Nick, I know you're in chat. Play me after this coaching session, by the way. You fucking rat. Man, I'm telling you, dude. No one wants to play. He's fucking going rock climbing. God damn it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, man.
Okay, so you get this. That was perfectly correct. That was like an ideal stock. Okay, so he gets that grab. So pretty clearly, shielding right here is not the way to play last stock invincible against Marth.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely want to use the platform here, and if you're not on the platform, then go to the ledge. But I would recommend going to the platform here, because the thing is basically no opening that he can hit on this platform can kill you. Whereas if he gets a grab here, he can kill you.
Yeah. Okay.
Does he just kill out of this? He might just kill out of this. No. Well, okay. So you do this bad nair. That's not a recommended nair. You're not following, that plan. Like I said, you didn't have the plan before, but like
I should have had the plan before.
But I'm saying that, like, at least, like, that last stock, you did the things pretty correctly. So it's like sometimes it's gonna happen. So that was a situation where you should have done the Marth killer edge guard, but you didn't. Yeah. Okay, you die out of that.
Oh.
I'll go over that last VOD really quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've definitely gone really over time. Sorry.
No, you're good, man. I feel like I really want to just go over this last one really quick, and then we can call it. So
these aren't specific. Like, I've cherry picked these for a reason. These are like, I played 4 games with this guy on my Fox recently.
See, dude, look, this is that same situation. Look, this doesn't have any meaning. You see this, and you do this nair. Like, it doesn't, like, it's like if you hit him, you get nothing. If he hits you, you're dead. Dash attack, that also means nothing.
I'm never pressing no control stick in A again.
So look, you did that full hop movement, and it worked out. And then you're doing this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was almost good, but you didn't maintain your position there. When Marth is on the platform, you can just maintain your position, and you're still in an advantage. He gets you with it again. Like, if Marth is shielding on the platform, there's no reason to run under right here.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like, just maintain your position. You can go up to top plat, but then he'll kind of take center, so it's better to just hold center there. Like, he doesn't get anything out of it.
Oh.
I feel like you're just kind of going nuts in this game.
I love this stage.
So look, once again, you actually did the correct spacing here, sort of, just by accident or whatever. But look, you're right under this plat, and he's right here. He commits to center. You full hop. He's dead. Oh. That's the situation I was describing. So look, here we're in this situation. So there's no reason to commit here, but you get hit out of it. You get the opening anyway. Really good up airs.
Oh.
Okay. Tech mistake. That's the thing. When you make a tech skill mistake, Marth will kill out of it like every time. It's really sad.
Oh.
Okay, it happens. So it's like basically playing against Marth is minimizing risk a lot more than playing for, like, trying to, like, force stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, you keep sort of running under the platform in, like, a way that's, like, not really gaining you anything. And you're just sort of putting yourself in situations where you have significantly higher risk than you need to.
Okay.
That was a good back air. It was fine to go to ledge there. You messed up. Look, here's that situation again where he's under one platform, you're under the other, and you go for a full hop. And even though things aren't perfect, this still works out for you. And now he's above you. You get this. You go back to the ground quickly. These retreating nairs are not good here.
Okay.
If you're going to do a retreating area like this, do a drill. Because then it'll at least hit a dash in.
I feel like having my hurt box not that extended too from the...
I think also just be more comfortable being on the ground and dash dancing in those situations. Like, I feel like you kind of have a need to jump. Like, I was gonna say, like, it feels like you basically just do a little, like, 1 or 2 dashes, and then you jump, usually a short hop, and you did it again here. And so he's basically punching that. Watch. No dash dance that time. Watch. It'll reset again, and I guarantee you won't do more than 2 dashes before you short hop aerial. Watch. Let's watch it happen.
I do 1. Oh.
That's, yeah. There's 0 again. Yeah, 1 again. Okay. Let's see if you can get more than that. I suspect I won't see any of them.
I think I was saying, we were joking in the call, like, this is the last Fox versus Marth game we played, because I'm just like, yeah, this is because he slid off that up air, and I was very upset. I missed the shine. I think I just, like, died.
So, look, you're doing great this stock, but you go in for this. It's like if you had played in a way to minimize your risk, you're winning. Like, you hit this, you have to be okay with this against Marth, basically. Like, just, like, do your, like, you've rolled in, like, basically do your best to minimize risk, but you're not doing that, and...
Yeah.
Okay, you gonna live this? He goes for the read. You run and dash attack with no dash dances, and you die. Yeah. So...
Right.
Yeah. So, hopefully... there were enough notes in there, and like game plan wise, I feel like we could probably go a lot longer, but
I feel like we run into the same issues that are almost identical.
Yeah. So yeah,
I feel like we get over a lot of it. So I've got my notes here. That was very good. It pointed out a lot of things. With like like my thing was just like, yeah, my ledge dash is a bad like big problem, but it's just like, okay, so I'm just not dash dancing enough. Okay, so I didn't have the forbidden scroll. It's like, okay. I didn't know like the base game plan. Like it was really good to go over all of that and kind of have like a
yeah, because there's a lot of tricky stuff you do, and there's a lot of good combos, but those only work if they're on top of this basic game plan.
Yeah, I think I didn't really have the skeleton as well. You know what
exactly,
I mean?
Yeah. Big muscles, no skeleton is just a
I'm
just a blob, just like a slug thing.
On the floor. The thing, hold on. So I feel like the biggest takeaway is if I was better, I would be the best. You know, that's what I'm
yeah, totally, man. That's the number one thing to take away.
Dash dance more than twice will break ankles. Yeah, no, I fully appreciate it. I feel like we definitely got over a lot, and I really like how you talk about the game as well. It's really how do I say this? It's really, I don't want to say simplified, because I don't feel like you kind of dumbed it down, but I feel like your points are really like concise and clear, so they're really easy to take away. So
yeah, that's good. I'm glad that it's in a format where you feel like it's easily digestible. So
yeah.
I hope, and like I said, the number one thing is like the dopamine in this matchup needs to come from following the game plan correctly. Like if you take the position that's good, you should be like, oh yeah, I'm sick. And then like because you're minimizing risk, like it doesn't feel as good as hitting Marth, but minimizing risk is the only way that Fox can compete.
I just have to trick my brain into thinking like following game plan is custom.
Yeah, like minimizing risk is like Pog, you know?
Yeah, it is true. I just have a quick question. So you're only telling me for $45 an hour, like everyone else here, including everyone in chat, 2 could be custom at the game? That's what you're telling me right now?
Yeah, pretty much.
And people aren't snapping this offer up right at the heels.
I'm surprised too, man.
I know. I mean, it's nuts to think about, really.
It seems pretty obvious to me, but
no, that's what I thought. Okay, I also have another takeaway because I'm in the Forbidden Top Player Discord. I'm gonna hop in, mute my mic, and absorb like a sponge, and there's nothing you guys can do about it.
That's fine with me.
When you guys start talking about Marth vs. Fox or just anything in general, because I want to just soak.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, me and Cody talk about it on his stream all the time, and you can. I think what you should do is you should watch the VODs of Cody play Zane next time, or me play Zane next time.
Right.
More so Cody, because I feel like there's a lot of small movement optimizations I don't have in the matchup, and it ends up looking a lot sloppier than like the theory. But if you play again, if you watch the Cody matches, you'll see this theory play out over and over and over and over again.
Okay, let me get that.
And I think that'll like solidify it in your brain a lot better.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Well, outside of that, thanks, man.
Yeah, sounds good. And have a good day.
You take it easy. Yeah, you too, man.
Nice
Thanks
talking.
again.
Bye.
Thanks.